Hello! This is a quick tutorial on coloring black and white images in Photoshop. This is a black and white photo of John Danny, and it was a scanned image, and Photoshop knows that it's black and white. So the first thing we need to do is go up here to the image mode and click on RGB color. Now we can work with colors here. You're going to want to add another layer. Click on this button down here. It says add new layer, create new layer. So now when we paint, we're not going to paint it directly on his layer. We don't want to mess him up. We want him to still be there. We're going to paint on top of him. Go over here to the left hand side where it says quick selection tool. It looks like this. Shortcut is W. This is a great way to be able to isolate the area that we're going to want to color. Go up to the top, the options here. Make sure that it is selected this new selection, and make sure that sample all layers is selected so that it keeps in mind that you have two layers here and you're going to work with both of them. If you click and drag in the area you want to paint, for example his suit here, it selects it pretty good. It kind of knows what you need, but you can fine tune it here. Zoom in by pushing Control plus or Command plus, and you can change up here now the option to subtract from selection, and you can take out anything that you don't want to be in the selection. Now a good way to adjust this and make the details even better is to use the quick mask mode. It's down here at the bottom left tool of the toolbar, the circle inside the square. If you click on that, you'll see everything turns red. Now maybe yours did the opposite of mine. Everything but what you wanted turned red. If that's the case, double click on this and make sure it is selected areas and click OK. So if you enter quick mask mode, to adjust this, you go to the brush tool, shortcut is B on the keyboard, and if you paint white, it'll take away from the selection. Oh yeah, I have the brush opacity down to 30. That should be at 100. Okay, if you paint white, it takes away. If you switch it, so you can push X, that'll go to black, or you can change that manually. Then, if you paint, it'll add red. You can shift click, click somewhere and then hold on shift and click somewhere else, and it'll draw a line. So that kind of can help you do it faster. Anyway, use that tool to zoom in and do all the detail work here and get it all selected how you want. I'm using the space bar to pan. We have it selected. Go ahead and leave the quick mask mode by pushing Q or clicking on that icon down there again. You'll see we have it somewhat selected. Could have done better. But the next step is to brush. So go to the brush tool, you might still be on it, and pick the color that you want. We're going to do a navy blue. You can go ahead and brush inside that selection. Now as you can see over here in the layers, it painted above it, and that's good. But we can't see his coat yet. So we're going to change the layer blending mode. Right here where it says normal, if you click on that, you'll have a bunch of options. I find that color works pretty well. So does color burn. Well, linear burn is what I meant. Or linear light. We're going to stick with the linear light. You play around because depending on the brightness and contrast of your original image, some of these will work better than others. Now it is kind of a bright blue. I want to dull that down a bit. So what we can do is go to the layer opacity over here and change that, if you click on it, down to, say 80. Now it's a little bit not as vivid, and what you can do to add even more detail is go back to your brush tool and find some other colors, maybe a little bit of purple. Now if you paint directly on it, it'll be very distinct two tones. So let's not do that. Let's go up to the brush opacity option up here at the top and do just some you also may want to change the brush mode to blurred edges. And then you can put in some other colors. Again, that's not great. I would probably do it in smaller doses or with lower opacity, and then just add some color here and there. Control D will deselect, and there you go, you have it painted. As you can see, it's on a different layer. So that's the gist of it. Going forward, you can just continue to, I would suggest, make a new layer. Each time you're going to do a different color. Select it, and again the layer blending mode color works pretty good. There you go. that's the gist of how you colorize photos. Um, you can take your time, do all the details, and the more time you put into it, the better it will look. So there you go. Good luck and happy photoshopping.